Hey, baby. Hey, let me just thank you. You know, ever since you've been in my life, I've been a changed man. Yeah, no pun intended. But your love did something for me. Let me tell you what you did. Oh, baby. You made a way out of me. Yeah, you did. And you see, baby, I was blind. Yes. You opened my eyes, now I see. And now I see. And I can't believe. Never in a million years, or in my wildest dreams, did I think I'd have a first round draft pick, baby, starring on my team. You see, I've got a past. Things didn't last, but I needed something more than just a piece of you took control, wiped away my fears, and taught my soul. You did, baby. You made a way out of me. You, baby. You, baby. I was blind. You, baby. Yes. You opened my eyes, now I see. And I can't believe. All the fellas are bragging, baby, about having a side piece. But when I sit and think about all the good loving that you keep on giving to me, baby, it's so satisfying to me, you see. We're not in competition. No. Through every transition, you're my all-star player, baby. Playing the hell out of your position. It's because of your love that I'm able to stand strong. So I have to take the time to write the words to the song. Ooh, oh, baby. You made a way out of me. I was blind, but you did open my eyes, something for me. I can't believe it, baby. I can't believe. Oh, 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 oh. You made a way out of me. Just what you did for me. I'm grown, baby. You matured me. I feel good driving up to our house. Look at what we've accomplished. Even in the midst of the folks talking and criticizing. I want you to know, as I travel the world, baby.
What's happening, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? It is the one on the path to Derek Change Man Smith. Welcome to our Tuesday night intensive, the Boardroom Report. I am so excited to be with you on this wonderful day. Listen, let me tell y'all something. It is amazing to be seen and not viewed. There's some folks that are laying in wait. There's some folks that are being dressed up and ain't going nowhere to their final destination. But I'm so glad. I'm so thankful that this is the day that the Lord has made. He's given to you. He's given to me. And I don't know about you, but I'm just exceedingly glad. And I've decided every day, every hour, every opportunity that I have, I'm going to maximize it. So we want to say welcome to everybody. We thank you all for joining us tonight. There's a lot going on. This is the year of expansion. I hope you have received that. That was decreed and declared by Kingdom, from the throne room, October the 1st. God told me to get everybody ready for the year of expansion. So it's not coming. This is it. This is it. So on Tuesday nights, we are here to help you accept your year of expansion, to maintain and to also grow your year of expansion. So we are very excited. On Tuesday nights, this is the Boardroom Report, where we have strategic decisions and and intentional execution, where we want you to make sure you do maximizing your life. We're very excited about that. Listen, I've got some great information on this Friday. On this Friday, there's a new single that's been released from my new forthcoming project called Memoir of a Certified Lover. The song is called I Can't Believe. It is a very heartfelt song. It's a song that, well, this whole project is nothing short of amazing. I'm telling you, this is one of my best bodies of work. And before we get into tonight's principle, I just want to give you a little bit of what happened in Mississippi. In Memphis. This happened in Memphis. Shout out Greenwood, Mississippi. We see you. We see you. Shout out to you. I just want to give you a little taste of what happened, and then we're gonna get into this lesson. Listen, go ahead and grab you a pen, grab you some paper, because you're gonna need it tonight. And while you are doing that, make sure you share this with somebody that you know needs a little bit more assistance in their love and in their finance department. Make it happen. All right. Here's I Can't Believe. Just a snippet. Just a snippet.
Down and couldn't find my way back up. Let me tell you what she did. She tried to give me that good loving, but I was down so I didn't want it. Wanted to fix my favorite foods. I was down so low I didn't want it. Y'all can hear me. She booked a trip so we could get away for a little while. I told her I don't want it. Y'all don't hear me. She called my mama, said something is wrong with your baby. My mama called me, still couldn't get through to me. She called her girlfriends, they couldn't help her. But let me tell y'all why I ain't going nowhere. I came home one night, I eased up in the bedroom, found my baby down on her knees, calling out to the Lord. Y'all don't hear me in here. Down on her knees, Lord, whatever it is, Lord, whatever it is, Lord, whatever it is, Lord, whatever it is, I believe that you're able, and I want to tell you thank you for doing it for him already. I come on road tonight. Anybody can take you to Applebee's and get a 2 for $20, but you gonna need somebody. 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 You gonna need somebody to walk with you. Come on, you walking. Walk with you. Do the good time, walk with you. Do the bad time, walk with you. When you ain't got no money, walk with you. When you got a pocket full of money, walking with you. You gonna need somebody. I wish I had a witness here. You don't need arm candy. You don't need somebody that just look good on your arm. You need somebody. Yeah. You need somebody tonight. And if I got some fellas that's got a good woman, I want the fellas to make some noise. If you got a good woman, I want the fellas to make some noise. Ladies, if you are a good woman, can I hear y'all screaming? If you that kind of woman that can speak to the king inside the kid, let me hear you screaming. If you that kind of woman that know how to take a house and turn it into a home.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm telling you, it is gonna be an amazing. This gonna be one of them, y'all. This gonna be one of them. That's called "I Can't Believe" by yours truly, Pastor Derek Change Man Smith. That was just a live extension, a little snippet that you saw right there. We're so excited. Listen, I want to tell y'all before I get into this next thing. This is the 28 Days of Love. Pastor Derek Change Man Smith has been teaching you, giving you principles each and every day about love and what to do with it. I want to help you fill your love account. I want to help you. So many people are going through loneliness and bitterness because of what's happened to them in love or not getting enough love. They're getting, they have a love deficiency. And so for the 28 days, we've been very intentional about helping you increase your love account, being able to move clear the way from the clutter. Clear the clutter so that you can get the flow that you need. So love can come like this without having interruptions. And so before we get into the next thing, I just want to give you the principle of what we had for today. Today's principle is work ethic. I also would like for you to encourage you to please help us as we are working very diligently on getting our 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. I know you're probably watching this from Facebook or however you're getting this, but we are asking that you would please help us move toward, help us get our 10,000 subscribers. Go to SKD TV and make that happen, please, for us. Go ahead and subscribe. We have programming for you every week. We're working on 7 days a week worth of program each night at 7. And currently we have a lockdown Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We got a Monday night that's coming with Deacon Otis Wicknine and the Starlight Echoes. You don't want to miss that. If you need a good laugh, you can count on them and they will give it to you. You can just look at that and tell that's going to be hilarious. And so if you please go on to SKD TV and subscribe so you can get a notification of all the content, free content, good content. There's things that's happening over on that side that will not happen on Facebook. So we want you to do that for us. All right, let's take a look at today's principle for the 28 Days of Love.
Work ethic is consistency without applause, effort without reminders, and presence without pressure. It's not grand gesture. What's good, everybody? It's Pastor Derek the Change Man Smith back with the 28 Days of Love, and today is number 10. Ooh, we getting it in. Today, I want to talk to you about work ethic. You see, everybody loves the idea of love, but few people respect the work. Love doesn't collapse from one big moment. It erodes from neglect, from unanswered calls, from postponed conversations, from I'll get to it later energy. The work ethic is what shows up when the feeling ain't loud anymore. It's checking in when you're tired, showing up when life is heavy. It's doing the maintenance when nothing feels urgent. And anybody can love when it's easy, but work ethic is loving when it's routine. Work ethic is consistency without applause, effort without reminders, and presence without pressure. It's not grand gestures, it's daily discipline. Love doesn't need more promises, it needs follow through. Because love isn't kept alive by passion alone. It's sustained by attention. And whatever you stop working on will eventually stop working for you. That's not romance, that's reality. Let me say it like this. Your work ethic looks like calling back when you say you would, being on time when it matters, handling conflict instead of dodging it, apologizing without excuses, checking your tone when you're irritated, keeping your word when it costs you convenience. It's asking what needs attention, not waiting to be chased. It's noticing when something is off before it becomes a problem. It's not letting silence do damage because you didn't feel like talking. Love doesn't fail because people don't feel enough. It fails because they stop doing enough. Work ethic is love in action, day after day, even when no one's clapping. This is Pastor Derek the Change Man Smith. Remember, change ain't change until you change. Get your love on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the 28 Days of Love, y'all, right there with yours truly, Pastor Derek the Change Man Smith. Every day you can count on a principle coming from yours truly to help you with your love account. If you're single and looking to mingle, hang out with Pastor Derek the Change Man Smith so I can help give you some guardrails. So the next time that whenever you do find your Boaz, not your lazy ass, not your Boaz, but when you find your Boaz, that you will be able to enjoy this relationship. I'm telling you, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor. He didn't say he that findeth a wife findeth a wife, a girlfriend working to be a wife, or a woman on her way. You got to be it before you're found by it. You have to be it before you're found by it. So we want to just encourage you to do that. Our tour schedule is amazing this year. I'm going to have to put this on the screen for you before we go, but I want to give you what's coming up in the next 10 minutes. Okay. Let me tell you what we're going to be. We're going to be in Detroit this weekend, February the 14th, hanging out with my good sister from another mister, Miss Carolyn Bonner, who I love and adore, and Miss Geneva Kennedy. They are hosting the Valentine's extravaganza with yours truly, Pastor Derek the Change Man Smith. They bringing the love man on Love Day. I couldn't ask for no better. I could not ask for any better. And so check us out. Then on the 21st, the weekend after that, you can catch us in Laurel, Mississippi. We're celebrating my brother, the Waymaker's birthday in Laurel, Mississippi. And then on the 28th, come on, homecoming. I'm going back home. I'll be in Charlotte County, Keysville on the 28th. That's a Saturday night. We're going to celebrate this new album release. And then on that Sunday, March 1st, we're going to be celebrating 9 years of pastoring, 9 years of cross-serve ministries worldwide in existence. And I'm super stoked about that. So you can catch this. Then on March 7th, celebrating my birthday in Macon, Mississippi. March the 8th, Indianola. March 14th, Beaumont, Texas. The 21st of March, Tupelo, Mississippi, and on the 28th of March, LaGrange. Then we move to April. April the 3rd, we'll be in Florence, Alabama. April 4th, Port Gibson, Mississippi. April the 11th, Ponchatoula, Louisiana. And April the 18th, Selma, Alabama. And the 19th, Marion, Alabama. And then there will be a revival that we're having in Laurel Hill, North Carolina, April the 23rd through the 25th. Listen. It's a lot more on here, but I'm not going to take up all this time to go through each and every one of them. So that's the reason why you need to stay connected so you can know what's going on. Make sure you stay plugged in. Tomorrow night, make sure you meet me right here at the same place, same time, 7 o'clock, because there's an amazing, explosive word. We're going to take our time tomorrow about the year of expansion. Wednesday night, wisdom and word, Bible study, worship service, whatever you want to call it, empowerment, engagement, whatever you want to call it. Meet me here on tomorrow night. All right, so let's get into it. We are now getting ready to move into tonight's agenda, which is the Boardroom Report. And tonight we are talking about love and the bottom line. Love and the bottom line. If you are a business owner, this is really for you. If you are thinking about being in business, this is for you. If you are in love or want love, trying to be in love, hurt by love, this is for you. This is a grown folks situation. This is not for churn. Churn's church and Churn's activity is down the hall. That's down there somewhere. But right here, we're dealing with grown folks situations that have a right now situation that needs some right now help. And so we're going to do that tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the Boardroom Report. Let's get into it.
What's good, everybody? It's Pastor Derek the Change Man.
This is the year of expansion. Not theory, not talk. Expansion. Brought to you by the Change Agent Network, powered by SKD Entertainment, and distributed by SKD TV. If you're ready to move, if you're ready to build, if you're ready to expand, then you have come to the right room. Welcome to the Boardroom Report. Strategic direction for clear execution. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you now, Pastor Derek, the Change Man Smith.
in, come on in, come on in. Come on in. Yes, sir. Come on in, y'all. It's the one and only Pastor Derek the Changeman Smith. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. It is the one and only Pastor Derek the Changeman Smith. I want to welcome you to the Boardroom Report. Every Tuesday night, we're coming to you with a wonderful program with lots of intentionality. We are coming tonight, as we always on every Tuesday night, to give you instructions, to give you information, but not just information, because we realize that information doesn't bring forth transformation, but application of information brings forth transformation. One of the things I'm having a real issue with in our world today, in our society, everybody is such an expert diagnostic person. They can tell you what's wrong. Everybody knows what's wrong. But very few people are giving you the information or the tools that you need to change your situation. Well, I'm blessed tonight to be able to be one of those voices that can come to you each week with programming that's going to give you information to make your day a little brighter and your burdens a little lighter. So once again, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Do me a favor, grab your pen because you're going to need it. Grab your pen, come on in, and make sure you tell a friend. It's going down. Pastor Derek the Changeman Smith is bringing you the Boardroom Report. Let's get into it, y'all. Tonight, we want to welcome you to the year of expansion, and I want to remind you that expansion does not respond to emotions. Expansion does not respond to emotion. Expansion responds to order. Nothing expands by accident. Nothing expands just because you meant well or you felt strongly about it. Expansion happens when leadership is disciplined enough to make hard, grown decisions. Yeah. And today we're talking about a decision that most people refuse to audit honestly. This is a topic that most people do not spend enough time investing in, solidifying, and this is my favorite topic. It's the topic of love. I want you to know that love is personal, it's emotional, it's spiritual, and it's also very expensive, very expensive. And if you don't manage it, somehow that thing will turn around on you and love will be managing you. So today's session, I want to invite you to come on in as we explore love and the bottom line. No matter how you look at it, if you have love in your life, it's already touching focus, it's touching your energy, your finances, your discipline, and your decision making. And anything that affects those areas belongs in the boardroom. So you're in good hands tonight. I want you to know that this is a safe space. So there is no judgment. So come on in and leave your inhibition at the door. I want you to know that when we talk about love, we're not talking about romance. We're talking about management. And when we start thinking about management, time is the first thing that love consumes. I want you to know that time is also capital. Capital is another word for currency. And every conversation costs time. Every emotional situation costs you time. And every unresolved issue costs time. But there's a high ROI. That's a term in the financial and business world. ROI means return on investment. You can get a high return on investments when you have high functioning relationships. When you have a high functioning relationship that gives you a high ROI, here are a few indicators that it's a high frequency. There's shorter conversations, there's deeper understanding, and there's execution that is, I don't want to say immediately, but it's swiftly. All right. So this is how you can identify if you're having high ROI connections, high ROI conversations. Conversations are shorter, understanding is deeper, and execution is swift. If you have a low ROI, a low return of investment, in this type of relationship, it consumes your time. You revisit the same topics repeatedly. You manage the same emotions repeatedly. And you explain the same boundaries repeatedly. That's not love being deep. That's love being inefficient. And inefficiency always shows up in results. Inefficiency always tells on itself in the results. It tells on itself at the finish line. Time is the first thing that love consumes. Time is capital. In business, time is the most expensive resource on the balance sheet. Can I say that again? In business, time is the most expensive item on the balance sheet. Not payroll, not marketing, time. Time is expensive because time is the one asset that you cannot refinance, you cannot renegotiate, and you cannot replace it. Love operates under the same rule. Every conversation costs you time. Every emotional situation and every unresolved issue, it costs you time. And in business, we call this cycle time. How long it takes to move from decision to execution. In love, it's the same metric. How long does it take to move from conversation to clarity, from disagreement to alignment, from issue to resolution? That's time efficiency. And in a high-performing business cycle time gets shorter over time. Processes mature. Communication gets tighter. People stop revisiting settled matters. Why? Because understanding deepens, systems stabilize, and trust reduces friction. That's maturity. So what I'm saying to you is people who always return back to the same incident, the same infraction, that's always having the same emotional crash or the emotional outbreak or the emotional turbulence, that's always speaking about things that you've already talked about time and time and time again. That is a low ROI relationship. High ROI relationships gives you your time back. Yes, it gives you your time back. In business, inefficiency doesn't announce itself as failure. It shows up quietly. Missed timelines, decision fatigue, stalled momentum, declining margins. Those KPIs that we talked about last week, that's when you can start seeing those inefficiencies in business. People stay busy, but the output slows down. Love does the same thing. You stay emotionally engaged, but progress slows. You're active, but not advancing. That's not passion. That's a drag. Yeah. Here's the boardroom parallel that most people never make. In business, if a process requires constant supervision, we don't call it hands-on leadership. We call that poor design. Nobody wants to be a micromanager. Trust me, if you're working at a place and you're being micromanaged, there's a huge flaw in the system. There's a lack of stability in the infrastructure, because most CEOs, most managers want to be able to give you something, give you the communication to tell you what needs to get done, give you some training on how to get it done, and then they want to see you get it done. If every transaction needs intervention, the system isn't healthy. Same rule applies to love. If every interaction requires emotional meditation, reassurance, clarification, repair, the issue isn't intensity, the issue is the structure. Mature business invests time up front to save time later. Mature businesses invest time up front to save time later. They document processes, they clarify roles, and they align expectations early. That investment reduces long-term costs. It reduces high turnover. Well, when we talk about love, mature love does the same thing. It spends time early establishing boundaries, values, communication norms, expectations. So later, time is freed for growth, not maintenance. That's a great ROI. In business, time inefficiency creates secondary costs. Let me show you where. It drains focus, creativity, patience, strategic thinking. Love inefficiency does the same. When time is fragmented emotionally, focus weakens professionally. When time is fragmented emotionally, focus weakens professionally. That means when someone is draining you, when something is draining you, it's hard for you to have that same focus professionally when something is going on with you personally. When focus weakens, discipline slips. When discipline slips, decision quality drops. Well, when your decision quality drops, results suffer. So it's very important that you don't allow your emotional fragmentation to end up weakening your focus, because it's just a spiral. It's a domino effect. Not because people are reckless, but because time was taxed. Yeah. High ROI love improves time utilization. You leave conversations clearer. You move faster after interactions, not slower. You return to work sharper, not scattered. That's time being returned to the system. And in business, we call that positive time yield. Now, if you've got a low ROI, love degrades that time utilization. You leave the conversations carrying residue, replaying the same old discussions mentally. You lose momentum before the next task even begins, and that's what we call leakage. In business, we track leakage very aggressively. In love, most people ignore it. So that's why today is I am inviting you to make sure that you are putting yourself on your own personal x-ray table as you've opened up your own love factory, and that you're the CEO of your love factory. You're responsible for the culture. You're responsible for consequences. Here's the executive truth I want to tell you about. Time reveals return faster than emotional return ever will. Feelings can be misleading. Intentions can sound good. Commitments can be sincere. But time exposes efficiency, or the lack thereof. If years pass by and the same issues remain, time is giving you performance data, not condemnation, just information. And in the boardroom, we don't argue with performance data. We redesign, we shorten cycles, we remove bottlenecks, we improve the flow. But love deserves the same type of commitment, the same type of energy, the same type of intelligence. This is why leaders treat time with respect, not because they're cold, but because they're responsible. They understand that time fuels focus. Focus fuels execution. And execution produces results. Results determine expansion. So when we say a high ROI relationship is giving you your time back, we're saying it reduces friction, it helps shorten cycles, it protects your momentum, and it also increases output. That's not emotional language. That's business math. Yeah. And when time efficiency improves, everything downstream improves with it. That's why love belongs in the boardroom. That's why love affects the bottom line. And that's why time is always the first place that your ROI is going to show up. Now, the second thing I want to tell you about is these resources. After time, the next thing love consumes is resources. In business, resources reveal themselves when pressure increases. You don't notice strain when margins are wide. You notice it when demand rises. Love works the same way. Resources are not just money. They're mental bandwidth, focus, and decision energy. I have started, when it comes down to time, I've come to the realization that I cannot manage time. I can manage my task, but I cannot manage time. And the other thing that I've also begun to become very intentional about is that I do an energy audit. People, places, and things that drain my energy, takes away from my bandwidth, takes away from my momentum, I kindly decline and I kindly block the access. It's nothing personal against you. It's personal preservation for me. High functioning businesses protect bandwidth. They eliminate unnecessary inputs. They reduce noise so leaders can think clearly. And a high ROI, a high love does the same thing. It sharpens focus instead of scattering it. It stabilizes emotions instead of draining them. It leaves the leader clearer after interaction, not foggier. Now, if you got a low ROI type of love, that is going to consume your resources. Not in a dramatic way, but in a subtle way. You replay conversations. You second guess decisions. You lose decisiveness. That's not emotional weakness. That's resource depletion. So in the boardroom, depleted resources show up as slower execution. In love, it's the same way. Let's move on to the next one. In business, access is never accidental. Not everyone gets proximity to decision makers. Can I say that again? Not everyone gets proximity to decision makers. Not everyone influences strategy. Not everyone touches the core system. Why? Because access shapes outcome. Love follows the same rule. Who has access to your thinking? Who has access to your emotional space? And who has access to your loyalty? High ROI relationships respect structure. They don't disrupt your rhythm. They don't overreach. They understand their lane. And when access is clear, systems run smoothly. When access is loose, systems are chaotic and they slow down. The other thing that, and as we're almost closing, I want you to know is that loyalty isn't emotional, it's earned reliability. Loyalty reduces oversight, it lowers transaction cost, and it increases speed. If you have a high ROI, loyalty compounds over time. If you have that type of high ROI loyalty, I want you to know that your trust is going to deepen. Communication gets tighter. Execution becomes smoother. And love works the same way. Loyalty that is aligned strengthens leadership. Loyalty that is aligned strengthens leadership. Loyalty that is consistent also protects momentum. That is why loyalty isn't given early. It's built slowly because long-term returns depends on proven alignment, not intentions. All right, let's move on to this one right here. Partnership. Yes, leadership, friendship, partnership. Make sure you know who's on your ship. In business, partnership answers one question. Does this relationship increase capacity or require compensation? Aligned partnerships multiply output. Misaligned partnerships slow systems down. And love follows the very same logic. The right partner shortens cycles, reinforces direction, and shares your load properly. You move faster together than you ever could alone. When partnership works, leadership feels lighter. And when it doesn't, leadership compensates. And compensation always is going to cost something. It's going to always require something. So make sure that you are expecting, investigating, analyzing who's on your ship. All right. Now, let's talk about the last one. Outcomes. Outcomes are not emotional feedback. It's performance data. All right. We don't debate the performance data. We don't debate the results. We interpret them. Outcomes tell you where alignment exists and where efficiency is improving, where systems need refinement, and love is no different. When outcomes improve, it's because inputs improve. The only way for you to get better outcome is to have better input. When outcome slows, it's because something needs attention. Not blame, it needs adjustment. So here, the flow is clear. Time shows efficiency. Resources show capacity. Access shows governance. Loyalty shows durability. Partnership shows you your scale. And outcomes shows truth. That's not romance language. That's business intelligence applied to love. And that's why love belongs in the boardroom. What is the bottom line of your love account? It's Pastor Derek the Changeman Smith. I love you. And remember, change ain't change until you change. We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir.
This has been an SKD Entertainment production. All copyrights reserved.
All right. Now, let's do a real quick recap because I know that was a lot of information and I want you to take away a few things. Number one, I want you to understand that you are the CEO of your love factory, no matter who you are. And I'm not just talking about, as Deacon Wicknine says, smoochy woochie love. I'm talking about friendship. I'm talking about family. I'm talking about love, period. You are the CEO of your love factory. And because of that, you have to be a good steward over who you're giving access to, who you are giving exchange to, opportunities to. You have to be very, very careful with that. And so one of the things that I found to be very valuable is that you need to be it before you get it. You need to be it before you get it. Be it before you receive it. One of my mentors told me, he said, I pray that you do not get $1 million before you become a millionaire. I told him that I was on my own guidance. I was on my own course that's called The Mindset of a Millionaire. Because I want to make sure that I am in the right position as I walk into my overflow and my abundance in wealth. I want in finances. I want to make sure that that I'm positioned right, that I have the right mindset. And sometimes people don't understand that you can have money and still money doesn't breed intelligence. It's a whole lot of dummies with a lot of money. Yeah, and that's why a lot of times you can get money and still not have a welcome to be into certain circles because your mindset is not calibrated. You see, your mindset is the key. So a man thinketh, so is he. And so that's how a lot of people miss out on opportunities because they're not prepared to be who is necessary, you know. And so you want to make sure that you be it before you receive it. Be it before you receive it. And as we are closing, I want you to know that time is capital. Time is money. Time is a resource. Time is the only account you can spend out of and not know how much the balance is. So make sure you invest your time properly so that you get the proper ROI, get the proper return on your investment. Time is an investment. It's just like money. Time is money. You've heard that before. So it's a currency. The uncomfortable truth that you can afford bad investments in business maybe once or twice, but you cannot afford them in love and still expect clarity, discipline, and growth. Love, what happens with you personally, will definitely affect what happens with you professionally. So make sure you are selective before you start trying to pull somebody into your life just because they look aesthetically pleasing to you, because they got hips, lips, and fingertips that make your eyebrow raise up like that, or because he got deep waves and triceps and biceps and a six-pack of abs and a six-pack of Heineken. Be careful how you just get swooped in by the things that you see, because a lot of demons are beautiful. There are a lot of beautiful demons. There are a lot of gorgeous demons. And so you need to be very selective as to who you open yourself up to. Be very selective, because every relationship is already on your balance sheet. Some are appreciating, some are expensive, some are quietly bleeding and bleeding you for your time, bleeding you for your focus. And you don't want that. You don't want a relationship that's draining you. I always talk about there's a difference between attachment and connection. Connection gives an exchange of energy, an exchange of resources, but attachments drain you. Attachments take power from you. And so you don't want that. So tonight, I didn't ask you, do you love who you love? I'm asking you, what does the love of who you love, what does it produce? Leadership doesn't collapse because of a lack of talent. It collapses from unmanaged inputs. And there can be no output without input. So I want you to know you have to make sure that you start being very meticulous about the input you receive. Who's speaking to you? Who's trying to love on you? And what do they bring with them? What are they dragging with them while they're trying to pursue you? Leadership, partnership, friendship, all them ships, make sure you get on the right ship, and make sure you know who is on your ship. The Bible talks about know them that labor among you. Leadership, partnership, friendship, make sure you know who is on your ship. It's Pastor Derek the Change Man Smith. Clock on the wall said that's all. Listen, this is the Boardroom Report. Love and the bottom line. The bottom line, when you talk about bottom lines, we're talking about P&Ls. We're talking about your expense sheet. We're talking about all these things that are connected to business to see if your business is thriving, surviving, or dying. And so you have to apply those same things to your love account, to your love business. I want to celebrate each and every one of you CEOs of the Love Factory. And I want to tell you that change ain't changing till you change. Be blessed. We love you. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night for the year of expansion. And I want to leave you with our tour schedule to let you know we are on our way to you. If you don't see your city, on this tour schematic, and you would like for the Change Man experience to show up in your city, I need you to make some noise on social media so that the powers that be will make it happen, so that my management will do all that they need to do to get to you. I want to be wherever you are. So if you don't see your city on here, let's make it happen. There are not a lot of dates available left for 2026. We are already moving into 2027. So if you're thinking about doing something with Pastor Derek the Change Man Smith, I highly suggest you don't think too long, because you might think wrong. That's the calendar. We love you. Again, make sure you be ready for the new single that's coming out on the 13th, I Can't Believe, and as well as the album will be dropping on March the 6th. Certified Lover, Memoir of a Certified Lover. I love y'all. God bless you. We'll see you on tomorrow night. And remember, change ain't change until you change.
Talking about been with me when I fell down and couldn't find my way back up. Let me tell you what she did. She tried to give me that good loving, but I was down so I didn't want it. Wanted to fix my favorite foods. I was down so low I didn't want it. Y'all gonna hear me. She booked a trip so we could get away for a little while. I told her I don't want it. Y'all don't hear me. She called my mama, said something is wrong with your baby. My mama called me, still couldn't get through to me. She called her girlfriends, they couldn't help them. But let me tell y'all why I ain't going nowhere. I came home one night, I eased up in the bedroom, found my baby down on her knees, calling out to the Lord. Y'all don't hear me in here. Down on her knees, Lord, whatever it is, Lord, whatever it is, Lord, whatever it is, Lord, whatever it is, I believe that you're able, and I want to tell you thank you for doing it for him already. I come to know tonight, anybody can take you to Applebee's and get a 2 for $20, but you gonna need somebody. 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 You gonna need somebody to walk with you. Come on, you walking. Walk with you. Through the good times, walk with you. Through the bad times, walk with you. When you ain't got no money, walk with you. When you got a pocket full of money, walking with you. You gonna need somebody. I wish I had a witness here. You don't need arm candy. You don't need somebody that just look good on your arm. You need somebody. Yeah. You need somebody tonight. And if I got some fellas that's got a good woman, I want the fellas to make some noise. If you got a good woman, I want the fellas to make some noise. Ladies, if you are a good woman, can I hear y'all scream tonight? If you that kind of woman that can speak to the king inside the kid, let me hear you scream.